Good morning, friends. The lockdown period during COVID-19 has hit the education sector very badly, and the stage has come where the virtual classes have to be conducted right from the elementary education to the PG education, because social distance has to be maintained in the education institutions. You may be knowing each section will be having about 60 students, and now with this social distancing concept we can provide the same accommodation for 20 students only. What about the rest? So the only alternative is online classes or virtual classes instead of physical classes. This concept is gaining momentum, right? Now, in this regard, a good case law has come up in Uttarakhand. Honorable CJ of Uttarakhand High Court, Honorable Ramesh Ranganathan, who worked as CJ of Andhra Pradesh also, along with another Justice R.C. Khulbe, has pronounced a good judgment, holding that the private unaided schools who are conducting online classes cannot collect the tuition fee forcibly, because the collecting of the so-called tuition fee should be voluntary as per the directions of the government of Uttarakhand. So briefly, this is the important point for discussion in this case law, right? So this case you can see in the legal notes as Japinder Singh versus Union of India 2020, right? This Japinder Singh and another, they filed public interest litigations. Actually, they filed two public interest litigations against the private unaided schools sending WhatsApp messages, emails and other social media, using the other social media forms, forcing the parents to pay the so-called tuition fee, right? So this is the main problem. Here, if you go into the details of the case, you may be knowing Uttarakhand, it is a new state divided from Uttar Pradesh. It is a totally hilly and mountainous area. They cannot go for agriculture, just like Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh is the bowl of agriculture, bowl of paddy and rice. But whereas due to the mountainous terrain or region with mountains, Uttarakhand cannot go for that agriculture. So the poor people, there are poor people, so they can't go to the so-called high-class private schools. No, most of them will be studying in the government schools. At first, you can find some of them going to the private schools and taking advantage, of course. The COVID-19, we have to consider that it has affected all the areas, even particularly the education sector. Already in my initial state, I told you that we can't accommodate so much of strength in one class, so online class is necessary. Now, the government of Uttarakhand, taking into consideration of the plight of the students, they have passed a GO dated 2/5/2020, that is May 2nd, stating that the collection of tuition fee by the private unaided schools is only voluntary. That means you cannot force the parents, you cannot force the students to pay the tuition fees. Here I want to tell you another twist also. One of my friends, he was a central government employee, so he has got the facility of fees reimbursement. He has admitted his children in in a reputed education institution in Bangalore, and since the government is ready to reimburse the tuition fee, he has asked for a receipt from the management of this so-called school institution. And you see, he has paid a fee of about 2.25 lakhs, but the fees, the tuition fee, the receipt they have given is only for about 32,000. So this is the actual tuition fee. What about the rest? The rest is building fee, development fee, playground fee, sports fee, then laboratory fee, library fee, outdoor activities fee. So many types of fees they have shared. So they will not come under the purview of the tuition fee. So please remember. So the government has issued a circular stating that they can collect the tuition fee only voluntarily. If the poor people, they say that they cannot pay the fee, they have to give up. And second point is, if the school does not conduct the online classes, they cannot collect the so-called tuition fee also. That is the GO. But let's know what transpired or what happened on the real ground. So the real ground, what happened is, the private unaided schools, they say that they have conducted classes even for the UKG students also, of course, together with the other students. And now they are demanding the parents to pay the fee. The fee, please remember, tuition fee plus so and so. Suppose if the tuition fee is 8,000, they will collect 20,000. So now, since the payment of course, the please remember, the GO says it's voluntary. That means if the people are willing, they can collect. But who is willing? We know the practical realities. I need not tell you. Now the schools they have been sending emails, WhatsApp messages, and other forms of communication to the parents, calling upon them to pay the tuition fee. It starts like this. There is some representative of the school. He will make a call to the parents. He says whether your boy is attending the online classes or not. Number two, whether he is able to assess, whether he is able to understand the online class or not. If at all he has got any doubt, whether he is asking the teachers later or not. And lastly, he will ask whether you are due any tuition fee or not. If they say they are due, then he will ask them to come to the college and pay the tuition fees, things like that. And one of the parents, our Japinder Singh, and these people, they got annoyed with the social media messages and also the callings, and they have filed this public interest litigation before the Honorable High Court of Uttarakhand. Of course, it's happening everywhere. Even my grandchildren, they are attending the online classes, they are collecting the fee. Okay, the ground reality is that, but anyway, since the matter has come out to the court, then now they have called the, of course, education department people, they also to file the affidavit. Yes, they have filed the affidavit. So the state of Uttarakhand issued an order dated 2/5/2020, whereby private unaided schools were permitted to conduct classes online, and they were prohibited from collecting any fees other than tuition fees. This is not an important point. They were prohibited to collect any other fee except the tuition fee. And another leverage, the private schools which do not conduct the classes online, they are also prohibited from collecting the tuition fee from the students. Very clear GO has been given. But the complaint is that private schools are coercing the parents to pay the tuition fee, even though GO says it is voluntary. So already I told you, some schools are claiming that they have conducted online classes for UKG also. But for, this is only for collection of the tuition fee. Right? Now, please remember there is an act, of course, that is a state legal act, under the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009. Then the government or the schools have to provide free education to the students who cannot afford to pay the tuition fee. In this connection, I want to tell you the so-called top private institutes, 25% of the seats should be given freely to the people in need, which they don't do. Right, just like Delhi Public School or whatever schools, they have to 25% of the seats should be given to the poor and people. But normally you cannot see such a situation in India, right? And the Board of Secondary Education, they have to give an NOC in this regard, and that the schools have admitted 25%, and the schools are not, they are providing free and compulsory education to the poor and needy people, those who cannot afford to pay the fee. Right. Now, here please remember, on behalf of the schools, if you are an advocate to represent the schools, you can't say that it is voluntary or we are not going to collect. You have to explain their difficulties. Please remember, the advocate on representing the education institutions, he says, Your Honor, the education institutions, they are required to incur expenditure for the teaching staff and non-teaching staff. Yes, even though you run the school or not, you have to pay salaries to them. Then they have to pay a rent to the buildings, is it not? Most of the schools, they are located in private campuses only. Definitely they have to pay the rent, whether they stay there, whether they conduct the classes or not, it's immaterial. But the owner demands definitely the rent, and they have to pay the rent, is it not? Then vehicle maintenance is another problem. Yes, these institutions will go to the nook and corner of the town and bring all the children. So whether you bring the children or not, whether they are idle is more dangerous, because the battery will fall down, the tires will be deflated, all the problems. So vehicle maintenance, the driver, conductor, vehicle monthly, definitely they have to pay that also. Right? Then ESI and PPF to the employees. Yes, they have to pay. ESI, now there is a lot of scam against Achennayidu. ESI they have to pay, and PPF, public fund, they have to pay all this money. Unless they collect a fee from the students, they can't get it, is it not? So this way you have to explain the claim. Now the court said, yes, it is reasonable, no doubt. But the object of the GO is to render free education or to ease the burden on the parents. So in such a time of difficulty, so when the have-nots are suffering, the haves have to spare some of their amount. So in a diplomatic way, the court stated, while the difficulties of the students is understandable, these times of crisis, it requires the haves, that means people having money, to extend a helping hand to the have-nots. So this Karl Marx theory, haves and haves theory. Anyway, now ultimately the court has appointed the district education officer as the nodal officer to check the discrepancies, and he has to give publication, wide publicity to the parents. If at all any private school people, they are coercing them or threatening them or forcing them to collect money, if it is brought to the notice of DO, then he will look into the matter and see the matter. Anyway, since Chief Justice of a High Court has given directions, the DEOs, they have to follow, and I think things will settle down. Anyway, this is a good judgment on basing on the public interest litigation. So please remember, as students, as lawyers, you have to raise up such topics. In Andhra also, it is like that. There is no difference. Definitely, we have seen so many people, they will collect the tuition fee unless somebody rises against them. It is difficult. So please be aware of the such incidents and bring them to the court by filing a public interest litigation. Already we have been encouraging the so many students of Damodaraya Sanjeev University, students of Rajasthan, all these people, they are filing public interest litigation. You are also advised to bring such incidents to the notice of the court by way of public interest litigation. So please read this judgment, and this will be a good example for right to education. So human rights people, please remember, you can write this case jolly well for the right to education. Thank you very much.